Hey, this is Warren Redlick, different location. Hope you're all doing well. I wanted to talk about Tesla stock. Tesla stock is up.
Great kid, don't get cocky.
The stock is up about 45% in the past month. It's around $246 a share as I'm speaking right now. The stock's on a roar. Great. We're all excited about that. But I think we need to have some perspective on it. So let's dive into it. Are you ready? Let's go. First of all, it's hard to explain why the stock is up. I hate trying to explain or predict short-term stock price movements. I don't think anyone really can do it. Here's some things we can rule out. We can rule out Elon buying stock. There was a theory that the stock went down because Elon sold. So a counter explanation would be, well, Elon's got extra cash. He didn't need to use it all for Twitter. So obviously he's been buying Tesla stock. But if Elon was going to buy stock, he would be exercising his options. He wouldn't be buying stock on the open market. And we probably would have had a disclosure by now if he had been buying stock. So I don't think that's it. I don't think Tesla advertising, you're looking at all the short-term catalysts people talked about that haven't happened. Tesla advertising, Elon's controversial tweets. He didn't stop making controversial tweets and the stock kept going up. So those aren't valid explanations. My best guess, and it's only a guess, is that the recent news of Ford and now GM and also auto supplier ABB going on to the NACS standard, the North American Charging Standard, which is Tesla's standard. Jim Farley, the Ford CEO, making very positive comments about Tesla recently. Mary Barra, the GM CEO, making positive comments about Tesla. This destroys the myth that's been perpetuated by the Tesla Q community and other critics of Tesla, that Tesla doesn't know what they're doing, that Tesla doesn't make good products, that there's all these issues with Tesla product quality. Obviously, if they're good at making superchargers, that means they're probably good at making cars also. I would go further and say that what Ford and GM just did is they admitted that Tesla is the leader in the EV space, and I'm not the only one to say that. And that in doing so, they've admitted that the real race is no longer who's going to beat Tesla, who's got the next Tesla killer, but the race is on for number two or just for survival for the other automakers. It's no longer beating Tesla. It's just, is there a way for you to survive in that space? Is there room for a number two? And can you be that number two? And I think Ford is actually in pretty good position for that, to at least have a shot. And there's room for a number two and a number three, maybe, depending on how things break out. One of my friends says, no, Tesla's going to wipe out everybody. I'm not saying he's wrong, but I think it's possible for there to be a number two or number three, and even a number four in the marketplace. And if you want to survive, you've got to grab that number two, three, or four spot. Now, with that said, with all that good news, I think Tesla investors need some caution now. The stock is up. What goes up can go down. And I think the stock is massively undervalued. I think at $250 a share, Tesla's really worth $2,500 a share. When you take into account everything, when you look at Tesla's future over the next 5 to 10 years, the growth in battery production, the battery revenue model of $500 a kilowatt hour times however many terawatt hours Tesla's going to be using out in 2030, the potential for robotaxi, the potential for bot, Tesla's potential's off the charts. And if you just factor in, let's say, a 10% chance of a robo-taxi network going live and a 10% chance of bot having some meaningful valuation, you just get to insane numbers. And I don't think it's the supercharger network's value, because my own modeling, I don't see the supercharger network generating much more than $1 billion a year in revenue, maybe 2 or 3 billion. But as Tesla grows, that's going to be about 1% of revenue or less. So it's just not meaningful, or profit, whatever. The profit or revenue story for superchargers just isn't big enough to move the needle for Tesla as a company. I think the caution is that the market doesn't follow Warren's view that Tesla stock should really be trading at $2,500 a share, right? That Tesla's really a $5 trillion company already. The market doesn't follow Warren's analysis. And we do have some serious threats to the whole economy, to all stocks, in terms of macro, a variety of things that need to be worried about. And so my point here is not, don't sell your Tesla stock. My point is, don't play games with options and margin. You can play small games. I personally have a small options bet that is currently positive, thanks to the rise in the stock, that I'm currently ahead about, I don't know, 40, 50% on this particular call option, but it's less than 1% of my portfolio. It's just a silly game. It's not something I'm taking seriously. I would not recommend betting 10, 20, 50% of your portfolio on options. I would not recommend borrowing on margin in order to buy Tesla stock. I think these are dangerous moves. So, what are those serious macroeconomic risks of the future? Number one, there's a lot of concerns about the commercial real estate market and the knock on effect of if the commercial real estate market blows up, the effect that that has on regional banks. And if all that blows up, what effect does that have on residential real estate? Now, here in Florida, where I am, the market for residential real estate is strong. The market for commercial real estate is strong, but there are certain cities like San Francisco where the commercial real estate market's in trouble. People are moving to Florida, so Florida's still doing well, but other states are not doing so well, so there's issues there. Then you have something could flare up between Russia and Ukraine, something could flare up between China and Taiwan, or some other issue with China, other international issues. There's all these things that could come up. There's significant risk that the Fed is going to raise interest rates again in the short to medium term future. Not much of a hint that they're going to lower interest rates, and these currently high interest rates are a problem for the economy, and they're a problem for a company like Tesla. For anybody who sells large manufactured objects that are typically financed with debt, it's harder for people to afford them. And there's black swan events, there's the unknown unknowns. I've suggested some ways I can see where the economy can have problems. There might be more. There might be other things out there that we don't see coming. And any of these things coming could knock Tesla stock down by 50% or more. So, I love that the stock is up. I'm excited. My portfolio looks great. Yay, I'm whatever. We're all Teslainaires, blah, blah, blah. Please check out the Teslainaire t-shirts at elonbits.com or the Be Less Wrong shirt at elonbits.com. And right now, there's a discount code where you get 25% off. I'll put that in the description below. So with all that said, yeah, it's great news about Tesla stock. I'm excited. I'm happy. I think more importantly, the company is doing well. We're seeing a lot of good news about the company. There's now at least a rumor that Cybertruck production plans are for 375,000 vehicles a year instead of the 250 we thought. I still think that's just a rumor, but personally, I think Cybertruck will be able to do 1 million units a year. I don't think there's any demand shortage for Cybertruck to deliver 1 million units a year. That depends on what the pricing is. We don't know what the pricing for Cybertruck's going to be yet. So it's a lot of mystery out there about that. I think the next generation vehicle platform is going to be a huge impact on the company. I don't think Project Highland is driving the stock price. I don't think there's any other big news driving the stock price. To some extent, I think the stock price is just driven up by random behavior. Anyway, that's it. I hope you're all doing well. Live stream tomorrow. On Saturday, my regular live stream won't be on Sunday. It'll be on Saturday. And I'll talk to you again soon. Please check out my other videos. Please support me on the Locals platform, on Patreon, or as a YouTube channel member, or as a Twitter subscriber. Check out the t-shirts at elonbits.com. Like this video, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching.